When I traveled to Peru, I had no idea that this is what I would find. Hundreds of natives in Cajamarca, a remote area in the Peruvian Andes, were blocking the roads and confronting armed forces with their bare hands. In these highlands, an ancient battle is re-emerging. Just like in the 1500s, when the Spaniards' lust for gold caused the fall of the Incan civilization, it now seems history is repeating itself.
Es imposible tomar agua para consumo humano. También hemos visto, con desgracia, desaparecer nuestras aguas y muerte de nuestros animales, etc. Y todo esto debido a la explotación minera. Segundo, hemos recurrido en reiteradas oportunidades a la empresa minera Yanacocha solicitando que atiendan nuestros pedidos. Sin embargo, ha transcurrido bastante tiempo y no solo hemos constatado mentiras y promesas a la actual incumplida. Muchas veces hemos rogado, muchas veces hemos dicho, por favor, pero no entienden esto Yanacocha. Tercero, de no ser atendidos a la brevedad posible, no nos responsabilizaremos de consecuencias que pudieran ocurrir de aquí en adelante.
The central activity in gold mining is the removal of earth. At Yanacocha, 600,000 tons are removed daily. The gold here, like in most deposits left in the world, is found in microscopic bits, invisible to the human eye. It takes 100 tons of earth removed from a mountain for Yanacocha to extract a single ounce of gold, the amount needed to produce one gold ring.
The mining process is to mine large volumes of material, which is fairly low grade, through blasting and digging the rock into a truck and putting it onto a leach pad, which is lined, trickling a cyanide solution over that rock. The cyanide binds with gold, and out of the bottom you get solution which is enriched in gold, and then you run it through a process to extract the gold and refine what's called dore, which is a gold-silver mix. That circuit of the leach pad, it's a process that's closed because the mine doesn't want to lose solution. Solution contains gold, so they don't want to have their gold going down the stream as well as cyanide. So they have an interest in keeping that circuit closed. That said, there is some residual cyanide that gets released to the environment. It's going to happen. There's a large volume of water that's handled, and there's a large volume of cyanide for a mine of this size.
In the case of this particular mine, because the entire plateau contains one or more massive aquifers that would be considered a regional scale aquifer. The biggest problem is the cyanide getting into the aquifers and the drinking water supplies. And because it's in a relatively temperate zone where there's quite a bit of rain, they're going to have a chronic problem controlling stormwater and water coming off the mine. And very low levels of cyanide in water can cause serious health problems to humans and other animals.
The constant mining of gold at Yanacocha has propelled Peru into one of the top producers of gold in the world. With gold prices on the rise, the total value of all the gold extracted at Yanacocha is close to $30 billion, equivalent to the entire Peruvian foreign debt.
The Yanacocha mine is no different than any other mine. The main difference is the scale of this mine. It's likely to be one of the largest mines geographically of any gold mine in the world. So the entire mine is referred to as the Yanacocha mine, but in fact it's a complex consisting of 7 distinct deposits that are geographically separated.
En Cajamarca desde el año 93 opera Minera Yanacocha. Minera Yanacocha tiene 3 socios. Newmont, la compañía norteamericana que es la accionista mayoritaria, Buenaventura, que es un grupo peruano, y el Banco Mundial a través de la Corporación Financiera Internacional, que es accionista con el 5%. Newmont, la accionista mayoritaria, es la empresa productora de oro número 1 en el mundo. Aquí en Cajamarca tenemos la mina más poderosa del mundo, Newmont. Este oro iba a servir para el desarrollo de Cajamarca. Han pasado 10 años. Antes, en el mapa de la pobreza a nivel nacional, éramos el 4º departamento más pobre. Ahora, este es el ranking. Ahora somos el 2º departamento más pobre del Perú.
One of the first things I noticed was the evidence of acid mine drainage pretty much in every drainage coming down off of the high plateau where the Yanacocha mine complex is located. The reddish-orange color is so distinctive that wherever you see it, that's an indication of acid drainage. The acid dissolves metals in the rock and puts them in solution, and that's what makes the metal so dangerous, is that it's actually dissolved in the water. So generally you can see from the color of the water, which is going to be sort of an orangish yellow color, that there's some problem there, but sometimes it's possible to have relatively clear water and still have high levels of dissolved metals. The real problem here is much more subtle. It's likely to be a long-term impact where you're eating corn or something that has elevated levels of 2 or 3 metals over a lifetime. And again, we have very few studies anywhere in the world to try to track the impacts of this. There's any number of impacts that can be caused by heavy metal poisoning, and the campesinos who live along the drainages coming off of the Yanacocha mine are all reporting a variety of health impacts to both themselves and their animals.
The problem with pollution is not confined to the vicinity of mining operations. When heavy metals are released into large rivers, it can contaminate the fish supplies for hundreds of miles. The Jequetepeque is the widest and longest river in Cajamarca. Born in the altitude of the Andes, it winds its way through the country and empties out into the Pacific Ocean. For thousands of years, this river has been used as a source of food for hundreds of communities along the way. One of those communities is Gallito Ciego.
Anteriormente la pesca era buena, pues aquí en Gaitosigo era de 35 a 40 kilos diarios de pejerrey, cascafe. Ahora no hay, de pejerrey no hay, se ha desaparecido. Sí, no lo suelta. Sí, no.
El río Jequetepeque ha sido afectado con una mortalidad muy grande de peces, y los peces que fueron analizados tuvieron unas concentraciones muy altas de arsénico. Se encontró arsénico en concentraciones elevadísimas. Este arsénico provenía de los relaves de la minera Yanacocha.
Está muerto.
No hay para la familia, estamos prácticamente aquí, estamos en una zona que no hay trabajo. También nosotros vivimos de la pesca, no hay pe. Como anterior sí vivía bastante, pero la gente dice, no, ya no compramos pescado, está contaminado. Entonces nosotros llevamos el producto de acá, a veces no nos compran ya. Entonces la gente ya como se dice, ay, había derrame de pescado, no, ya no nos quieren comprar. Entonces ya uno ya se vara con el pescado. ¿Qué hacemos con el pescado ya después que no nos quieren comprar?
Gente como nosotros, y nosotros también queremos
Hagan lo que quieren con mi vida. Hagan lo que quieren con mi vida, hagan. Oiga más su música.